Before we get started on this, I'm going to do a really nice watercolor painting. One of the pictures that I took from Dovestones Country Park. If you are looking for tips, if you want to improve your painting skills, this channel will definitely help you improve your skills. I've been painting in watercolors for since I was 16, so it's quite a long time now. There's obviously things that I don't know and I'm learning still, because I think with art in particular, it is something that you can just keep on learning, and there's no sort of limit to what you can learn or age limit. I'm building up a community, and I'm really grateful for all those within my community on this channel. I just want to push for more subscribers, more people to engage with my content, with my channel. And so if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, maybe you've seen a few of my videos. You can see the cat making a cameo. So if you're wanting to improve your watercolor skills, then welcome to my channel. Hopefully, if you watch this video, then please do consider subscribing. I really would love to have you on board in this wonderful community that I'm building. And in my channel, I show you tips and tricks in order to improve, and some things that don't go quite right. So let's get into this video, and I'll show you how to paint a nice, I say loose, but I don't know whether it's loose. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and I look forward to hearing from you. Obviously, I do these videos for free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Just watch as much of the videos as you possibly can, and that really does help me in my channel, help me to grow. So this is the scene that I'm going to be painting. It's not quite finished yet, but I'm going to show you step by step how I progress through the painting, and if that's something you're interested in, then please do watch to the very end. Now, I do apologise. There's just some workmen next door. They're just doing some work. The landlord told me that, I mean, his mum lives next door, and it says they're coming round, ripping out, I think, the bathroom, just doing the refurb on the bathroom. So you may hear some banging in the background. Yeah, I really like this scene, and I think it'll make a nice sketchbook entry. And so it shows this one. There's a few that I could do really from the pictures that I took. I think it was last week of Dovestones, and this is just one of the pictures, one of the many pictures that I took. I really like this scene. So I'm going to do it quite loose. I'm not after any perfection in this. You can see I've already gone wrong with the hill, but it doesn't matter. It's just fun to do these sort of scenes, and obviously in the sketchbook as well, so it doesn't have to be perfect by all means, by any stretch. And I just like the river, and you've got a few reflections as well. I know someone in the comments a little while back asked me about painting reflections, so this does have a little bit of reflection in the bottom left hand side of the scene, so hopefully tackle that one. And there's plenty of grasses and all sorts of things going on in this scene, which I quite like. But that's pretty much it for the pencil. I don't want to do too much pencil work. Just literally, when I do the pencil, it's just mapping out the area, and so I know where to go once I get the paints out. So, and it's just the grass verge coming down here. So, and then you can't really see the river here. Just all sorts of grasses and things going on. So just roughing in the textures, and like I said, it will look better once I get the paint down, hopefully. So when it comes to planning your painting out with pencil, I would recommend that you take your time. Also, it does reflect on the painting. If you want to keep things nice and loose, then a loose sketch is a good way to keep things loose. If you do a loose sketch, then chances are you're going to get a loose watercolor painting. So having said that, the only way it could be tight is if you spend too much time and fiddle. But yeah, just keep things nice and simple. Now I'm just making sure my brush is clean first of all, and I'm using this flat brush, which I don't usually use, so this is fairly different. Just thought I'd give it a try. And normally I would paint the sky first, but there's not really much sky in this scene. It's just a tiny sort of triangle at the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint this little sort of distant hill first, and that's a nice bluey grey mix, which I'm just adding in now. So I don't want to go too dark. You can see it is a little bit dark, but let's go more on the blue and plenty of water. Probably not the best time to try a brush that I'm not really that used to, but nevertheless I've already started, so I'll just carry on. And like I said, I do want a bit more blue to this, so I'm just dropping in bits of blue. And the other thing is, because I'm working on this, I'm not working on my easel, then I've got to bear in mind I'm not having, I could probably tilt it a little bit just to get the paint flowing a little bit, but it is more of flat, so I've got to watch for cauliflowers and blooms because the pigment isn't going to move as much, so it's going to stand still on the paper. So you just got to bear in mind that it could sort of you could get some blooms, but working quickly anyway. And then just want to, in fact I am going to use my other brush because this doesn't hold as much water, and I think for the first wash I do want a fair bit of water because I want some colours to start mixing, so then I want to move quickly. So that brush doesn't allow that, and it's also a synthetic brush, so it doesn't hold as much water in it. So I'm just going to go ahead with what I usually use, so this should help me to get the paint down nicely. So there is a few colours in this hill, and I want to accentuate those, maybe exaggerate a little bit, just to add more of an interest. There's plenty of greens and there's reds in the grass, so I'm gonna just work quickly and just using the paint that's already on my palette, so I don't have to mess around too much. So yeah, this stage is just literally about covering the white of the paper, and it doesn't matter even if you have a few little bits of paper showing through. That adds to the looseness, and it just gives a little bit more light to the scene as well. So remember, this is the first wash. It doesn't really matter too much. You're just getting rid of that white of the paper, and you just keep things nice and loose as you do so, and just put a little colour on these rocks here. Big rock here. One of the things that I've found quite useful is I've got this colour, and again, I don't know what colour it is, but this is one of the Schmincke Horadam super granulating paints. You can see this is the mix that I've put in, and for the water, you can see there's different tones within the shadow, sort of overcast shadow in the river, which I've just put a layer in. So I just think it's a perfect place for super granulating colours. If you do have those, I think it's a perfect place to put in the river, where you've got these different tones, different colours coming through. So we'll see how we get on with that, but I decided to put that in the river. And again, I don't know what colour it is. I think it's some sort of like black or brown, it's known as, although there's different tones in it. There's like a browny sort of colour. It's almost like a brown and a Payne's grey, but then it separates. So it's perfect for the river, and that's what I'm doing on this part. So some darker tones towards the top where the shadow sort of starts, and then there's little bits of dark within the riverbed, rocks and that sort of thing. So just going to drop little bits in as well, and hopefully we can get it looking like that underneath the river or the stream. Whether it's classed as a river, I think it's quite small to be a river, so it's more like a stream. And just adding bits of dark here and there, and then I will go in with some blue because you got a bit of the sky reflecting after the shadow, so you really don't get to see what these super granulating paints are like until they dry, when those different colours sort of separate and the granulation sort of happens. So it'd be quite interesting to see the river once that super granulating paint has dried. In order to get some more texture details to the foliage and all the sort of shrubbery, I'm just using a dry brush. So just using this smaller brush to dip into just pure sap green, and then you can see, because the brush is quite soft, it's sort of splaying and just separating the fine hairs on the brush, so you're getting this nice texture. And I'm going to do that as well on the hillside, and that's going to be with a hake, so it's rather a larger brush, and you can just dip that into 1 or 2 different colours just to give some variety to the hill. On the reference, there's quite a few different colours on the hill, so it's quite nice. And it's just a nice sort of technique if you want to use to paint in some grasses and that sort of thing. It does quite a versatile brush, really, the hake. It does cover quite a lot of area, and it holds plenty of water as well, but this time like I said, I'm using it as a dry brush. So it's just giving me different colours in the hill and just breaking that up. And then I'm just going in with the small brush again and just water, just to soften some of those different colours and allowing them to mix together as well. So it's quite a nice technique. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And also, if you like this scene, then I think I will be doing some more of the pictures that I took from this area, sort of rugged landscapes and just some really nice scenery, and that will be probably done in my sketchbook. This is Sea Whites of Brighton sketchbook, so I quite like this one, and yeah, hopefully you like this painting. Please do give me a thumbs up, and that's it for this one. It's quite a nice rugged scene, and I do like the way the water sort of looks like it's moving through the scene. Like I said, I have tried to keep this one nice and loose, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.